Within seconds, the imposter applied the same method, silently subduing the guard. Once unconscious, the guard was not immediately moved. Instead, the imposter resumed the route, driving toward the planned unloading site with the guard slumped beside him, unnoticed by anyone outside. At some point during the journey, something went wrong. Union dispatchers tried contacting the van when it failed to arrive at its designated stop. There was no response. No distress call. No radio contact. 47 minutes after the van had left the garage, it effectively disappeared. Efforts to trace it through route checkpoints failed. Roughly 90 minutes later, the missing vehicle was located. An anonymous caller had reported an abandoned van parked near a shuttered warehouse in Highland Park, an industrial zone with declining business activity and minimal foot traffic. Responding officers arrived to find the vehicle with its doors open. The interior was intact. No obvious signs of damage, forced entry, or emergency braking were visible. The back compartment, where the sealed crates had been stored, was completely empty. The lock showed no signs of forced tampering. Inside the van, both Harold Price and Marvin Daniels were found unconscious but alive. Daniels was discovered seated upright in the front passenger seat, with no visible injuries. Price was lying inside the rear cargo bay, positioned on the floor. Medics confirmed both men were breathing and had stable vitals, though disoriented and slow to respond. Once stabilized, both men reported memory gaps. Price recalled a sharp, unusual odor shortly before blacking out. Daniels had no clear recollection beyond the vehicle being parked, followed by dizziness and sudden fatigue. Toxicology screens were inconclusive. There were no traces of tranquilizers or narcotics in their systems. However, both men displayed temporary irritation in their eyes and respiratory tracts, symptoms consistent with exposure to an airborne irritant or aerosolized agent. Forensics found no fingerprints besides those of the two crew members. No tools, masks, or containers were recovered from the scene. The $1.9 million was gone without a trace.